Yes, Jumbo. Yes. Time for seriousness. And yes, time for seriousness. Somebody is texting me even before I start talking. Okay, dogs. Yeah, it's a Monday evening. Yeah, Pauline Kamanja, how are you? Joel, Chamke, missing? I'm gonna talk about church and the law. How are you, Joel Kikulima? Yes, I'm gonna talk about church and the law. I've been thinking for quite some time, for many years, when I see like churches and embroiled in issues, wars, many things that concern the church, fightings, and they fight until the law enforcers come to close the church to disperse the people because they're even fighting in the church compound. We have seen so many issues, pastors doing all the nasty things like the way Apostle Nganga did. And I thought, what happens with the church when it comes to law? Why do they bend the law? My big question is, these churches that have wrangles, that have problems, issues, embroiled in battles, embroiled in issues, land issues, so many things, we have seen them. You can name 1, 2, 3, 4. And I tend to ask myself, do they have like followers who are advocates, people who can advocate for peace, people who can advocate for reconciliation, people who can arbitrate for them? They only come up with advocates or lawyers when there is an issue that needs to be handled or that pertains to the courtrooms, But I've been worrying. I've been asking myself, don't we have congregations, people in the congregation who are advocates, who are lawyers? Why God, you come over wenako? The church you go, when they are like fighting, doing something, do you like arbitrate for free for them? That's my worry, and that is my concern. That is my topic tonight. Asking myself, the church I go, how many advocates, how many lawyers do I see there? People who can tell me, well, Khalid, the way you are going, this is not good. It can put you into legal problems, into legal issues. Do we have lawyers in these churches that have problems, that fight now and then, kucha kuchao, wapigana kwa kanisa? Do we have lawyers? Tuna mawakili kwa hizo makanisa. Kwa sababu sometimes see people fighting, wanarushiana makonde, mangumi, siku ingine tukaona Thika, wamama wazee wamepigwa mangumi, wamefura nyuso. Nikaanza kujiuliza hizo churches kwani hazinanga lawyers wenye wanaenda, hata kama they don't have lawyers who are followers, who are in the congregation, who go to those churches. Do they have lawyers who can arbitrate, who can give them legal advice, who can guide them, who can advocate or support for a cause, or who can advocate for a person involved in trouble in those churches? I don't know more. I don't know how churches operate, but I think for the few I've gone, I've never seen a lawyer. The only one I saw a lawyer was in Nairobi, but I don't think he was just me being ni kama kutunzwa ama gutogeri, what do we say in Kiswahili? Recognition, on it being recognized as this is moja wa mawakili. But now, this moja of mawakili, Do they give legal advice? You know, not representation, because sometimes representation needs money. Do they guide them? Do they give them advice about maybe handling issues, going about issues, going about day-to-day's church proceedings, day-to-day's church issues, apart from preaching and henceforth? Because if apostle, he calls himself apostle, Bishop James Nganga. I tend to believe the church has got, somebody is texting me anyway. I tend to believe the church has got so many followers, maybe, who are law enforcers, who are law-abiding citizens, who are lawyers or advocates, who can advocate for the rights of the people in the church. You know, we could not have seen such issues if the church was having a lawyer, an advocate, somebody who can guide such a person every time he goes astray. Somebody who can tell this person, by the way, apostle, the way you are going, if you don't take caution, you will be embroiled in legal tussles. You will be in problems. The way you are going, you will be in jeopardy. The way you are going, you will lose. The way you are going, you lose followers. Do we have such advocates in the church? Apart from the wazee wa kanisa, hata singani churches, because wale wazee wa kanisa saa ingine wamechaguliwa wenye wanaweza pea wahubiri wakuu wa kanisa like mabishops nini, wenye wanaweza wapa mawaidha, advice. They leave a lot to be desired. There are people who don't have even second thought. Their decisions are final simply because ni wazee wa kanisa. In the churches you guys go, KJ, Kefangonge, do we have, you people, especially from the Goge people, we have so many lawyers from the Kisi fraternity. Do you give your churches legal advice? The SDA. I've gone to the SDA and they have so many lawyers that go there. I've attended functions and I met so many lawyers there. I even have my lawyer is a Kisi. Uh-oh, somebody's texting me. Do you give legal advice to the church? When you stand there to say hallelujah, hi to the church people, and you notice there is a problem, do you like tell them, by the way, this way we are going, we're gonna be in trouble? Do you? What do you? Are you where? Kiplimo? Are you where? Oh my goodness. Okay, let me see. Do you, I'm asking a question, do you guys, if you are a lawyer watching me, where is Kamova? Oh, Kamova, I don't know which church you go, and I know it has no problems, because sometimes there are these churches who recognize the advocates, and they will never do nasty things, silly things. No, but I think most of the churches need to have legal advisors. Not only, sorry about that, not only when there is a problem, that's why they require a lawyer, an advocate to arbitrate for them, to represent them during court issues. No, I think each and every church needs to have a legal advisor who will guide the church, not on spiritual matters, but issues pertaining to the way of life, issues pertaining to the way they can run the church without being embroiled in battles or for leadership, battles involving land issues. You know, all these things happen. I've seen many. I've seen even towns being and churches being demolished. Even one in Moja 3. One time I used to fellowship there, it was demolished halfway. And if there were legal, maybe members in the maybe they would have gotten advice that would have helped them and prevented them from losing all those monies that we lost, our contributions to maybe to construct that church. In those churches you guys go, do you have lawyers? Do you have advocates who give legal advice, legal advice to the church leaders, because I tend to believe is if Neno or Apostle Nganga was guided by the lawyers, maybe he could have something happening. If he had like legal advisors, maybe they could have guided them on how to approach this issue instead ya kuanika chupi kwenye kadamnasi ya watu. You know, the way he did was not good, was not right. He's man enough, yes, he was hurt, but maybe if he consulted with them, maybe they told him, hey, hiyo njia unaelekea si poa, yafaa ufanye hivi, juu ukisipofanya hivi, kizidisha hapa, utakuwa kwa shida, utakuwa kwa aibu, utajitia kitanzi, you know, utajitia kwenye aibu. But because we just go to church and get preached to, and wherever we ignore that, even the churches need legal advisors. I don't know, every time somebody is texting, my phone is switching off. And anyway, hey Eddie, what are you saying? Hello mama. we mtoto wangu wewe. Nico, I'm just curious and worried and asking questions about these churches we go, whether they have legal issues, because sometimes I see churches do things that can put them into legal issues should somebody decide to be nasty and follow things up. And we ignore so many things. I don't know whether it's ignorance, arrogance of the law, or something. Until something happens, that is when you see when you go to court because of one issue, that one issue develops into so many issues because we have become, or we are ignorant or arrogant of the law. So I think our churches need legal advisors. If we have followers, let's utilize them, use them for just advice, you know, not representation. I know they need consultation fee. Consultation fee is not too much for something. You can pay for that and ask questions, you know, and the church can contribute a shilling or two so that we don't have problems. We don't put our churches into problems. Kiplimo, I'm not able to add you. I'm trying. Joel, I'm trying. Send a request again, I'll try. So utilize our learned friends. Maybe they can give us an advice also. When they just wake up, let them not just wave to the church. Give them a chance just to say a word or two so that we can even know we have lawyers in the church who can represent our cause. Anyway, I didn't mean to talk a lot. I was just curious about our churches, whether we have our legal advisors in place, not for issues, because in our day-to-day life, we can be faced with problems, challenges, issues that need arbitration by a lawyer. Anyway, the lawyers upholds and promotes peace and tranquility. They act like our protectors. So I think we need that they can help us to understand causes that pertains to our church dealings. Forget about life. That one we know, when you need a lawyer or not, when you need an advocate. But I think the churches have gone so quiet about this, and they have not utilized the need for them to have lawyers in the current situations, because in the mushrooming of so many churches, we need lawyers in our churches. We need legal advisors in our churches, at least one, somebody we can run to and ask questions if we do this, what are the repercussions? What are the legal issues that are pertained to this and this, to that and that, if we do such and such a thing? Oh, somebody is texting me. Who is this? All right. Anyway, I just wanted to talk for only 5 minutes, just asking questions and thinking aloud about whether our churches have legal representatives in place just in case, or do we just rush for legal advice or legal representation when there arises an issue or a problem? That is it for tonight. Bye bye. Kiplimo, I was not able to add you. I don't know. I tried because I brought you to camera. You never came back. And yeah, I don't. Let me try again. It's not working for you. Maybe next time I have to wind up. And to all of you, bye bye. Yeah, I'm not able. I'm trying. Joel. Mommy, nimekataa kabisa. All right, have a good night and